Today we're going to learn the classic song Stand By Me. Definitely one of the top 3 places to stand. And now that I think about it, really one of the only places that I personally cannot stand. But really one of the most simple, beautiful songs ever written. I'm uploading this on Mother's Day because I'm dedicating it to the most beautiful woman who ever lived, my mom, Mama Daniel. And I think it's also a really good example of how to start adding transitions between chords, kind of like a bass note run type deal. If you want to hear me play the whole thing, I did this one with Kindred a while ago. I'll link you below if you want to check it out. But basically, it sounds like this. So I'm taking some liberties with one of the chords there, but the essence of it is the same. And I think this is a really good lesson because it has a very signature bass line, one of the all-time famous bass lines. But it's going to be really easy to remember because we're going to start seeing these less as an entire line and more as a transition between chords, okay? Chords are really easy. C major, A minor, G major, and F. Not in that order, I just threw a curveball there. But we're going to start with a C major, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add this bass line to a C major chord. And the bass line is C, C, G, B, C. C, okay? C being the 3rd fret on the A string, G up a string, 2, C. Okay, now we're going to add that to the chord. Okay, so now the way I'm doing this is I'm playing a regular C major chord. I'm hitting that root note. I'm getting a strum, a mute, and a strum. Okay, now the way I'm doing it directionally is down, up, mute, up. Okay? And then I'm adding one more upstroke after. So down, up, mute, up, down. Okay, and then after that last strum, you'll notice that I'm going back to the bass line. The nice thing about these open chords is you can kind of take the top of this chord, right? And that's still going while you hit the bass line, okay? So, it seems like multitasking, but it's really not that hard. G, B, C. If you want to make it easier, just root down. G, B, C, down. G, B, C, down. Just until you get the kind of groove that you can maybe start adding some strumming mutes. Okay, now we're going from a C major to an A minor. All of this is just walking through a scale. So, in the C major scale, there's one note that exists between C and A. Do you know what it is? It's a B. Okay, so 3, 2, open. That's the bass line that is walking us from a C to an A minor. Alright? So we've got C, G, B, C, C, B, A. Alright, now right there is just a little bit of a grab the G and go back to the A. Now you can do that over an A minor. See, your ring finger can kind of go boom, ha, grab it. If you wanna get super nasty, Benny King style, grab a little bit of a bend on that G. A, G, F. Okay, so far we have a C to an A minor to an F, and really the bass line is just walking us to there. C, G, B, C, C, B, A, add that G back to A, G, F. It's really just going backwards through the scale, backwards through the C major scale, A, G, F. Now you can do a bar chord here. You can do, I like this F major 7 that I use almost all the time, where it's just 3A, 3D, 2G, 1B, open E. But we really need to at least get the root note in there. Even if you don't end up borrowing it, you really want to A, G, F. And then right after that, we're going to go to a G major chord. And then this is where we're going to go F, open A to the G root note, and then lead us back to C. Okay? So again, if we think of these just as transition points between 4 chords, we have C, G, B, C to a C major chord, C, B, A to an A minor chord. We have that G kind of in the middle of that A minor chord. We're gonna walk A, G, F to an F major chord, F, A, back to the G root chord, and then right where we started. Okay, now the way that I kind of do it too is that last C major chord, because, and this is something that I like to do on any chord progression that ends on the same chord that it begins on. Okay, so if we were just to like write this out, like what one time around the song would be, it would be a C, A minor, F, G, C. C, right? So it starts on a C and it ends on a C. I think one thing that you could do is maybe use a different voicing of that. So what I do is after the F, G, G, B, C, major 7. Okay, makes it so much better, right? What an improvement. Good job, Sean. Thank you very much for showing us how to do that. Plus, it's actually really easy with this transition, because if you're in a G major shape, 3E, 2A, 3, G, B, C already leads you to your pointer finger being in root note position for a C, so why not play a C chord where your pointer finger is the root, which just happens to be a C major chord. You can do whatever, any kind of C you want, right? But I think it kind of adds a little bit of a variation between the open you start with and then the new one. So then when you start over again the next time around the verse, it seems almost like a chord change because it's a chord voicing change. So it doesn't seem as, kind of repetitive as maybe just going around the track on the same chords go. Again, you don't have to do it that way. That's just the way that I like playing it. And then the chorus is the same chords, but when I play this, and again, this is like, learn this song, really, because every time that we play live and we play this song, it gets one of the biggest reactions from people because it is an all-time classic, and you've got to be a real hater to hate on Stand By Me. Like, I get it, man. I like Mastodon too, but I'm not gonna say any crap about Stand By Me. It's just a beautiful, universally beloved song. So definitely learn it. It will help you out in the long run. But as far as the chords still stay the same, but usually if like the chorus, you might want to just kind of open up the strumming. So again, those are the same chords, but I was kind of, playing them more as open cowboy chords, taking away a little bit of the bass line to kind of keep the energy up. And then when you bring it back down to the verse, there's a big dynamic there, right? You can still kind of add the root notes. So, really simple song, a lot of different ways you can play it, interpret it however you want, but from a teaching perspective, I think it's great to be able to see how those notes in the C major scale can walk between chords and to kind of make those connections in just a really cool, positive, awesome way. So I hope you guys learned something about this. Put this in your guitar repertoire. You'll be happy you did. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.